forget to like, share, and subscribe. If y'all don't pick my sign up. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Psychology Eats. So what's eating you? Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the channel. I hope this video finds you in great mental health. Well, I told you that I would be back and we would follow up with Production's attorney. And I got to tell you, and I've said this before, when you dealing with a public defender, and in a lot of cases, especially probably in this county where Production is, in Gwinnett County, where if I look on their website where they post their mugshots, mugshot after mugshot, murder, this, that, like heavy crimes going on in this county. And they don't have a lot of public defenders. And so, which means that these public defenders have a lot of cases, which is what Production's attorney told me. He was like, I got a lot of cases. And because I was asking him some questions, I did call him for a statement regarding the outcome of the June 3rd motion for bond hearing. And he explained to me that they withdrew, or he withdrew, or the judge withdrew the bond for the hearing, withdrew the bond. I'm not an attorney. I am not an attorney. But basically what it meant was that they didn't go to court, that they didn't ask for a bond. The judge was never going to give a bond because of the nature of the charges, which is felony murder. And so then I asked him, like, what does that mean now? Like, does he just sit in county prison, county jail? He said, well, the next step is that within the next 30 to 60 days, there will be an indictment hearing. So the grand jury will be called, and it's a secret process in Georgia. And so the defendant cannot really even defend himself in front of this grand jury. They get the information they get from the prosecution. They make a decision if it's going to proceed to arraignment. And that's when, according to the attorney, the discovery on the case, like the evidence, will be presented. And so this can take more than a year. This can take quite a bit of time. It's going to take quite a bit of time. I'm going to let you hear a snippet of our conversation that I had with the attorney. Hold on. I am clear with the attorney that I am a YouTuber. I'm following up with this story. And that's, why I'm calling to get the statement from him. That's just where it is. I mean, that's just where it is at this point. I did also reach back out to Production, and for somebody left in my comment section, like, you're a liar. You don't even know Production. Like, okay. I do know Production. Do I know him personally? Absolutely not. Did I know him through YouTube? Yes. Was he aware of my channel? Absolutely. I was a subscriber. I was a fan of theirs. I was in their lives. They shouted me out multiple times. He was definitely aware of me. When I wrote him initially, he definitely didn't say, "Who are you?" He knows. And so that's kind of where we are. I did, like I said, I did reach out to him. I let Production know also that I am I did have contact with his attorney for a statement. Also let him know that, I'm doing videos on what has happened with him, the situation. I did tell him in my last correspondence that I wouldn't share what him and I talk about, maybe from my side of it, but not from his side of what he says to me. I'm not going to share that in my membership. I'm not going to share it publicly, what he says, because this is an open case. So I'm not going to do that. But I may share with you what I said to him. But that's it. For anybody, a few people is like, oh my God, you just clickbait and you don't tell us everything. No. I'm telling you enough. Enough to where you know where production is in this process. Whether you are, care about production and want to see, the best for him or the worst for him is really, a personal, subjective opinion about this case. But as far as I'm concerned, and what I said is that I'm going to follow up with this case for as long as I want to. And if you want to hear about it, click the videos. If you don't click the videos. That's really it. That's all. Stay tuned. I'm going to let you hear a little bit of the conversation I had with his attorney. Bye, guys. I forgot this part. I did ask, a few people had asked me in the comments if I would share with them how to get in touch with production and how they could support him through letters or donations or whatever. I did ask him, first of all, it's public information. If you really wanted to find it, you can. But I understand some people aren't, computer savvy or whatever. So I did say, when I wrote him, I asked him how he would feel about that, about, people reaching out to him. Because I don't know if people have already reached out to him. But I wanted to find out from him how he felt about that. Obviously, any donations is probably going to be welcomed. Because in our system, prison system, everything costs. And if you don't have family, and I don't know that about him, but I'm sure anything is appreciated by any inmate. So I'll have that answer when he gets back to me, and I will let you guys know. Bye. Outcome of his June 3rd motion for bond hearing.
It was withdrawn.
And could you explain to me, what does that mean?
That means we withdrew the motion. We didn't go forward with the bond hearing.
Okay. Can you tell me what the next steps will be?
I assume he'll be indicted by the grand jury within the next 30 to 60 days.
Mm-hmm.
In Georgia, it's a secretive process. In other words, we don't get notice of when the grand jury meets. We're not entitled to be there. We don't put up any witnesses or evidence.
Mm-hmm.
And we find out when the indictment is ultimately unsealed.
Okay.
So I expect that'll happen within the next 30 to 60 days.
Guess what? I got a sale with me. And hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that like button. And hit that one bell.
Subscribe. Say subscribe to Psychology Eats.
Subscribe to Cowboy Eats.
Not Cowboy.